Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we break down the biggest political stories shaping South Africa's future. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more hard-hitting political commentary, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Today, we are diving into one of the most explosive political showdowns in KwaZulu-Natal, a by-election that has transformed from a simple candidate signing event into a full-blown battlefield between the ANC and the MK Party. What was supposed to be a peaceful administrative process quickly descended into political chaos, raising serious concerns about election violence, party intolerance, and the rapidly shifting balance of power in the province. Let's start with what happened in Mpofana, a municipality tucked away in the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands. On Tuesday afternoon, tensions reached a boiling point during a signing ceremony for candidates contesting next week's by-election. Hosted by the Independent Electoral Commission, or IEC, this event should have been a routine process, just parties formalizing their participation in the democratic process. Instead, it became a flashpoint for fierce political rivalry. Eyewitnesses say it all started with verbal exchanges. What began as shouting quickly escalated into pushing, shoving, and nearly physical fights between ANC loyalists and supporters of the breakaway MK Party, a rising political force spearheaded by none other than former President Jacob Zuma. Police and IEC officials had to step in to break up the chaos. For many, it was a clear sign that this by-election is about much more than just a ward seat. It's a contest for dominance in a province long seen as the ANC's stronghold. The MK Party, still young but rapidly gaining traction, is gunning for rural support bases that the ANC has historically relied on. And Mpofana is ground zero for this new political rivalry. Political analyst Tobani Mthembu summed it up perfectly when he said, "This by-election is not just about a ward, it's about dominance in the region." And he's absolutely right. This isn't just a local squabble, it's a bellwether for deeper, underlying power shifts. The ANC, struggling with internal divisions and declining support in parts of KwaZulu-Natal, is now on the defensive. And with Zuma's MK Party making calculated moves to exploit dissatisfaction and regional identity, this by-election could mark a major turning point. Let's talk briefly about the stakes. If the ANC loses this by-election in Mpofana, especially in a ward that's traditionally been under its control, it will send a loud message across the country. It will show that the party's grip on rural KZN is slipping. It will also validate the MK Party's strategy of targeting former ANC voters disillusioned by years of poor service delivery, factionalism, and broken promises. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about political emotion. The MK Party draws heavily on Zuma's legacy, appealing to Zulu nationalism and deep-rooted loyalty that the ANC has begun to lose. This kind of political contest, charged with identity, loyalty, and betrayal, is what makes these by-elections explosive. And the chaos we saw in Mpofana is just one sign of the growing volatility. The IEC, trying to calm tensions, issued a strong statement condemning the violence. IEC Regional Coordinator Linda Shulu urged all parties to respect the democratic process and warned that intimidation and disorder would not be tolerated. She reminded stakeholders that political tolerance is the bedrock of democracy, but in practice, we are seeing just how fragile that foundation is becoming. Despite the disruption, the signing process resumed under heavy police protection, and all candidates managed to confirm their participation in the upcoming election. But the damage has been done. The scars of that confrontation won't heal quickly, and they raise serious questions about how future elections, especially the 2026 general election, will be handled in increasingly contested regions. What's even more concerning is the message this sends to ordinary voters. If party supporters are already clashing violently before the election has even started, what should communities expect when the actual vote takes place? Will voters feel safe enough to participate? Will opposition parties trust the fairness of the process? And most importantly, will the results reflect the will of the people or the might of whichever party can shout the loudest? This by-election isn't just a local event. It's a preview of what's coming. The ANC is facing serious pressure not only from established opposition like the DA and EFF but now from a powerful internal challenger, the MK Party. And if Zuma's influence continues to energize rural KZN, we could be witnessing the start of a new political chapter. Let's not forget the broader context either. South Africa is heading into one of its most uncertain political eras. Coalition governments are becoming the new normal. Power is fragmenting. Loyalty is shifting. And events like Mpofana are just the tip of the iceberg. This also brings us to a critical point about the IEC. While the Commission is doing its best to maintain order, it is clearly under pressure. The chaos in Mpofana shows just how easily things can spiral out of control. With rising political tensions, disinformation, and voter mistrust, the role of the IEC will become more critical and more contested than ever before. So, where does this leave us? For the ANC, the Mpofana by-election is a test of strength and survival. For the MK Party, it's an opportunity to make a powerful statement. And for South Africa, it's a warning. If violence and intimidation are becoming the norm, our democracy is in trouble. The days of dominant party politics may be fading, but what comes next is still uncertain. That's where we'll leave it for today. But we'll be watching the Mpofana by-election very closely, and you can count on us to bring you the full story. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think this by-election means for the ANC and MK Party? Are we seeing the beginning of a major political shift in South Africa? Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and see you next time.